That's the best thing. Hey, good morning. How are you doing? Thanks for streaming with us. We really appreciate it. Well, I was going to say summer just continues to roll on, and it does. But I do see a cool front coming in tomorrow. I think that's going to change things just a little bit. And I always say don't get too excited with the first front that comes in the fall because it's usually not a whole lot. But I do think it's going to dry us out as we head towards the end of the week, and that's definitely a good thing. So, slight chance for a thunderstorm tonight, also a slight chance tomorrow, just depending on where the front is, and then that front slides through, and Thursday and Friday it'll be drier. What does that mean? Well, I still think high is going to be in the low 90s, but the low temperatures will be in the 60s, and that is something to cheer about, I think. All right, so end of the week drier, next 14 days. I just don't see much of a chance for rain, and that's bad because we're starting to fall behind on rainfall once again. All right, outside we've got a pretty day, partly cloudy skies. Temperature right now 84. The low this morning was 75 on the dot, and record low 51. Record high 102, set back in 2005. Oh, by the way, before I go any further, I think we've got our joke of the day. David Bellis, I would tell you my autumn joke, but you probably wouldn't fall for it. Very good. Kristen and some folks in here, they love that one. You know, David, I tell you what, you got to take this on the road because you do get laughs almost every time. So, very good joke. Thank you, David. We appreciate it. Never let us down. All right, 102 is the record for today. We're not going to reach that, but it is going to be hot for this time of the year. Normal high should be in the upper 80s, around 88. And our high temperature today is going to be in the mid-90s, right around 94 under partly cloudy skies. And it is humid. So with the humidity, the heat index is going to be pretty close to around 100 this afternoon. Again, feeling more like August than September. All right, let me roll this back a little bit. Yeah, with a little instability. We've got a few showers popping up now over towards Hallettsville and Columbus, where there's a little bit more available moisture. Also south and east of Beeville, southwest of Victoria. Temperatures across the board for the most part in the mid-80s. I wish I could put on the feels like. I have a feeling that our feels like temperature is getting up there close to 90, and some places to the east probably already feeling like the mid-90s. So yeah, it still feels like summer. Okay, here's our surface map and what's happening. We've got a stationary frontal boundary, very slow-moving front, draped, let's say, from around Shreveport, looks like kind of through Gulfwade, if you know where that is, Brady, Texas, somewhere around there. There's another front. Let me go back a little bit. You can see that frontal boundary that's in the Panhandle. Now, this one is pushing south, and what I think is going to happen is the stationary frontal boundary is going to kick off some thunderstorms this afternoon, primarily north of the hill country, and then they're going to have a tendency to push to the south and east. Probably won't make it. So I'm only going to give it a 20% chance tonight. But wherever those thunderstorms develop, especially before, let's say, 9 p.m., I think there'll be enough instability that could be a little small hail with some of those thunderstorms, and I mean pretty small. And notice the temperature at the noon hour, well, not noon hour, 11 o'clock hour, 77, that's it. Dallas-Fort Worth, look at Midland, 72. Amarillo, 77 degrees. So there is a little cool behind the frontal boundary, and that front that's in the panhandle is going to push through tomorrow afternoon. 20% chance of picking up a shower or thunder shower, and also we're going to see some drier conditions working in for the end of the week. All right, let's take a look. Well, Helene has become a tropical storm, still lopsided. You can see how most of the thunderstorm activity is on the eastern side of the circulation. Helene is moving to the northwest at 12 miles per hour, winds at 45 miles per hour, and is going to come very close to Cancun here in the next, let's say, 24 hours. Then it's going to move into the Gulf of Mexico. Further north that it goes, the more to the east that it will move because of the westerly winds in the mid and upper levels. Matter of fact, I'm going to stick my neck out and say for South Texas, hurricane season is over. Normally, the hurricane season goes all the way through November 30th, but the way the pattern is right now and the way it's going to stay, it looks like to me, no hurricane, no tropical storms for South Texas. If anything moves into the Gulf of Mexico, it's going to be pushed over towards the east. Okay, so here's what the forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center looks like. Category 1 hurricane just off the coast of Cancun, just off the coast of the Yucatan there. Minimal hurricane, this would be tomorrow morning, and then gain strength as a major hurricane heading right for the Big Bend area of Florida. And I think this is going to become a really big hurricane, big in size, big hurricane. So there will be a lot of storm surge and also a lot of wind damage, of course, through that portion of Florida, northwestern Florida. I guess that's Gainesville. Well, is it Tallahassee? Yeah, and into Georgia there. Going to be pretty rough for those folks there. Now, why is it moving that way and not towards South Texas? Well, for one thing, we're kind of late in the season, and usually the westerlies start really kicking in. And they kicked in early this year. And so you can see what's happening. We got a deep trough across the middle portion of the country, and you can see those wind arrows. I've got the wind arrows at about 30,000 feet here. And you can see that real pronounced west to east motion. And watch, here comes Helene, hurricane, and kind of gets absorbed in a southwest flow with an upper level low in Arkansas and Mississippi. And so it had no chance of coming here into South Texas, that's for sure. Okay, so here's what's going to happen for the end of the week. Cold front comes in. Notice this is Thursday, a northerly wind not only at the surface but also aloft. And when you have a north wind at pretty much all levels of the atmosphere in this part of the world, that means sunshine and no rainfall. And that's exactly where we're headed as we head into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably even into Sunday. Just no chance whatsoever. There will be a disturbance coming in Saturday, by the way, but I think we're going to be so dry that there's just no chance of us picking up rain on Saturday. And then as we head into next week, kind of an upper level high builds in. And you notice all the way through the first week of October, notice how that northwesterly or westerly flow really is strong and pronounced. And like I said, there's just no way to pick up any kind of tropical system in here. So I think our hurricane season is pretty much over. And then with that ridge like that, though, one thing I don't like is I think we're back in the mid-90s next week. It'll be drier, it won't be humid, but back in the mid-90s. As a matter of fact, we could be pushing some records for next week, which nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Okay, so this evening, there will be a chance for some thunderstorms in the hill country. And this particular computer model has thunderstorms holding together into Bexar County about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock tonight. It's possible. And if that does happen, like I said, some of the thunderstorms may have some small hail. I don't think we've got enough shear for any severe storms, but definitely some of these thunderstorms could have some small hail, let's say before 10 o'clock, maybe, yeah, somewhere around 10. All right, then tomorrow, here comes the frontal boundary. Wherever that front is, let's say that the front slides through 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't think we'll see any rain. If the front slides through Bexar County at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, We've got about a 20% chance of seeing a shower or thunder shower. And then Thursday, boy, it's going to get really dry. High temperatures close to 90, 91, but very dry, very comfortable. Lows in the 60s. All right, we got to get to the 7-day real quick. I think I've got one other question here real quick as well. Can I get a happy 50th birthday shout out for Chupa Mela? Sure. All right, Chupa. Happy 50th birthday. All right. And again, we appreciate you watching. Here's your 14-day. Today, 94 for a high, feeling like 100. 93 tomorrow. Frontal boundary slides through. Lows in the 60s Thursday and Friday. When you walk out the door Thursday morning and Friday morning, you're going to love it. It's going to feel like it's going to be in the mid-60s, but it's going to feel like 60. High temperatures, though, will be in the low 90s. This weekend, low to mid-90s for a high. And then next week, I think 95, 96, 97, way too warm for this time of the year. That'll put us into the first week of October with high temperatures 96 to 97. And you're asking yourself right now, is that a record? Are we hitting records? That's close, very close to record highs for October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Personally, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I will be. Mid-90s for the first week of October, and then the first weekend of October, 95, 96. That is no bueno, no good. All right. Hey, let's see what's going on here. All of a sudden, we got a lot of messages. Let's see, I got to go do the noon show real quick. But Jacob, hey, how are you doing? Happy birthday. Hold on, I should know this, but I don't. Kristen, do you know, is it Bill Taylor's birthday? Is it? We should know that.
I think it's in October.
It's in October, okay. Don, who knows just about everything, says it's in October. Okay. Well, shout out to Bill Taylor, birthday in October. All right. And let's see, shout out to the Harlandale bus drivers. That's a tough job. So we'll go ahead and we'll give a shout out to the Harlandale bus drivers. And let's see, do you expect winter to be a cold one? At this point, I'm going to be totally honest, I haven't looked at November, December, January, February. But because you asked this question, I'm going to take a closer look at December, January, February. The real winter months, we'll take a look. For the next couple of months, I can tell you this, for October and November, temperatures should be a little bit above average and precip below average is what it looks like. And hopefully we'll play a little catch up on rainfall in December. Let's see. Yeah, I noticed a lot of butterflies lately. Yeah, Karen, thanks for bringing that up. And Joanne, she says happy 50th birthday to Chupa. And let's see, shout out to Paul Rux. And let's see, hey, tell everybody in Karn City we said hi. And yeah, Helen says that we want fall to hurry up. And Sharon Torres, she is a Harlandale bus driver. So way to go, Sharon. And thank you for that. No homework at all. But I needed to do it anyway. Swim Maltor says, didn't mean to give you homework. No homework. I needed to do it anyway. And, I know, Carolyn, doesn't look cooler. But I tell you, Carolyn, you're going to love Thursday morning. Go out at 7 a.m. You'll love it. Friday a.m. You will love it. And then it's going to be really short. And hopefully, I don't see any real strong cold fronts after October 7th. But, doing the 14-day, that's enough days anyway. Okay, thanks for streaming. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it. I got to go run and do the noon show. Make sure and watch 4, 5, 6, and 10 tonight. And I won't be doing mornings tomorrow. I'll be doing the evening shift. But anyway, hey, we really appreciate it. Have a great day and stay cool. We'll see you later.